if you do decide to pursue this and fix this, this is how I would go about it. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to break down a relationship dilemma that this guy on Twitter, I have it here in front of me, he wrote in, and it's a really important one because it addresses something which happens in a lot of relationships, and that is female disrespect. We need to address this because whether you're in this situation, in this guy's situation, like regardless, if you're dating women, you will at least once in your lifetime encounter female disrespect. Both sexes will encounter this, but we're going to talk about female disrespect and how to deal with it and make sure your relationship doesn't descend into a big mess. Now, so to summarize what this guy is going through, he says, I'm certain I'm breaking up with my girlfriend. For context, so he's at a cocktail party with his girlfriend and the girlfriend's mom, and the girlfriend gets approached by a male friend. And then throughout the night, it transpires that this male friend is texting the girlfriend, I guess, inappropriate things, saying that your man does not deserve a girl like you. I thought he was just a friend. I'm winning your mom over, ha ha ha. And the girl in this case, she doesn't do anything, but that is the problem. It's not what she does, but rather what she does not do. And she does not deflect his advances, his comments, his intentions. She, in this feminine female way that we do, haha, kind of goes along with it. Now, the guy ends up finding out and he's pissed. They end up going home and they end up, sleeping together, the boyfriend and the girlfriend. But obviously this guy's pissed and he's basically thinking about leaving the relationship. Now, if it were for me, the best thing is just, rip off the plaster, finish that relationship. It was only a 4-month relationship as well, so you're not really missing that much. I don't know how old this guy is, but by exiting the relationship, he's dodging a bullet. However, this is easier said than done. And look, just going on basic probabilities, most men will not do that. Most men will, try and fix the relationship. Which, look, if you do decide to pursue this and fix this, this is how I would go about it. I also see here that Pat Stedman, he gave his 2 cents on the situation. For those of you who might not be familiar with Pat, I highly recommend you consume his content because in the short time that I'm subscribed to his newsletter, I find his content to be a lot more thought-provoking and a deeper analysis of intersexual dynamics, which I really appreciate. So credit given when credit due. And yeah, Pat unsurprisingly said to, cut that relationship clean, which I very much agree with. Nevertheless, I will also expand on that a little bit. Now, this girl crossed a boundary. She crossed the line, and you, man, you need to impose a very strict punishment. This is really important because, look, when children, when they learn, they touch the hot stove and they burn themselves. This is how they learn. They need to burn their little hands to know that this is not a thing that I should be touching in the future. If you're this guy and you forgive her, right? You fight, you cry, you make love, and then you make up, you forgive her, there is no consequence. She has just cried a little bit, but you need to, this is going to sound a bit psychotic, but this is going to work. You need to put her through a state of pain, of anguish, of anxiety, of fear that if she ever does this again, she's going to lose you. Now, we're not going to beat her or spank her. In this case, what I would recommend to do is you tell her that, look, you crossed a boundary, I'm not happy. I need time to think about this. You have a month where you have no contact, and you explain to her, in this month, I don't want any contact with you. I'm going to think about this, and I'm going to decide how I want to proceed afterwards. In this month, no communication, no, hey, what are you up to? Hey, I miss. No. In this month that you're not communicating, there is a huge chance in her head that you're not going to get back together. Look, if she gets with another guy, you've got your answer there, you know. But if she doesn't, I'm going to be the devil's advocate here. I'm going to assume that this is a good person. Like, you know, we all make mistakes, right? You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. Twitter and social media makes us think that, especially in the manosphere world, there's strict rules and stoicism. But in reality, if people implement 20% of it, they're doing pretty well. And I know this because my DMs are flooded. I have clients who I talk to. People know the advice, but they often don't follow it. So I'm going to, assume that, you're the guy and you're going to give this girl a second chance. And I'm going to also assume that this girl is a good girl who deserves a second chance. In this month that you're not communicating, this needs to hurt her. When you get back together, if you decide, look, in that month, you might decide, I have other options, I'm better off without her. Because that's the thing. Again, going off basic probabilities, you're just a regular guy. Girls are not falling at your feet left, right, and center. So you might want to make this relationship work. When you get back with her after that month, if you do, she will need to have learned that lesson after she went through pain, anguish, and the fear that she's not going to see you ever get back with you ever again. Either way, whether you decide to leave her or whether you decide to give this relationship a try, you're going to have to impose a consequence. If you do not do this, this is really important. If you don't implement a strong consequence, look, I'm going to tell you, she's going to be delighted that she's back with you. But give it a couple of weeks until the next guy comes along. There's nothing preventing her from doing this again. There's no fear. She did not burn herself. And you're going to be in this perpetual cycle of her disrespecting you and you behaving like a man with no options. Now, I hope this helped. The guy, his Twitter name is Prometheus. I hope it helped Prometheus. Always deal with female disrespect accordingly.